Hello, thank you for tuning in. For this selection, readings, the tarot cards I'm going to use are Tarot Grand Lux by Ciro Marchetti. At the top here is the website. I think his name is there too. usgamesinc.com. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you're interested. In case I didn't leave that up long enough, there's Ciro. Okay, and for the Oracle cards, your Clairvoyant Oracle cards by Belinda Grace, illustrations by Elaine Marzin. Website on the back here is rockpoolpublishing.com.au. Hopefully that's in focus. And I can give you the rest of the information if you're interested. And I use dice. The dice I use are they're Dungeons and Dragons dice. That's from Amazon.com. I use the 20-sided dice for the major arcana, which obviously does omit 21, but still, I use it. And for the minor arcana, I use the 4-sided dice to choose the element, and then the 12-sided dice for like which number, and it goes up to knight. It excludes queen and king, but I roll with it either way, in case you're wondering. All right, with that being said, thank you, and on to your reading. Hello, Leo. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we got for Leo? Okay, so I got stress vibes when this started, but like, why is Leo stressed? Oh, this is an interesting choice. Okay. Okay, so, okay, why is this stressing you? Like, why? Because I got the Nine of Swords here, which is stress, but like, why? I know there's a lot of pentacles around here. I'm not convinced that that's why, though. Pentacles go slower. They kind of make you restrict yourself a little bit, but I'm not convinced that's what it is. All right, so we got the Eight of Wands with the Temperance card, with the Ace of Wands. A lot of wands going on here, a lot of fire. Whatever this is, whatever you're currently dealing with is currently bringing you stress. I feel like you got into it faster than you realized. It's kind of like, it's almost like I went from living with my parents to having my own house in a week. It feels like that type of thing. Or like, I went from a little piddly job that I didn't really care for to a really great job all in 1 week. Like, it feels like everything changed really fast. The opportunity showed up, and I'm like, I want that. That would be great for me. Boom, there I am. And I'm like, wow. Like, wow. Even for Leo, this was like really fast. Usually Leo doesn't have a problem with fast. Not usually. I guess it depends what it is. But there's kind of like, all right. Yeah, okay. Now that I'm here. Like, I have it. I wanted it. I want it. I did want it, and I do want it. But I'm like, now I'm seeing like the pressure to perform. Does Leo have a crazy amount of energy? Typically. Most Leos, I think. I could be wrong. I'm sure you'll tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. But y'all seem to have a lot of energy. It's not about effort. It's about know-how. And it's kind of like, oh boy. A lot going on here. A lot I don't understand. But I will. And here we go. But it's a slow, tedious journey. There's a lot of things here that you don't know. I think that's the stress. Kind of like, I don't even know. Like, it's kind of like if you got a house and you're like, like 2 of the rooms don't have any power, you're like, and you're not an experienced homeowner. You're like, I have no idea why that's not. Like, what? Why? Like, I don't get it. I have no idea. Will you figure it out? Yeah, hopefully safely. Hopefully safely. But it's stuff like that. Like, I've never owned a house before. Why? What? And it could be as simple as just flipping a breaker. And now those rooms are back up and running. But then you probably should ask the question, why were they off? You probably should ask that question. I'm just saying. You're making it through. You're trying to pull on history, but it's kind of like maybe you've heard of things in the past about this situation. You've heard about this. You've heard about that. But a lot of it's kind of like, I've heard that you have to take care of this. I've heard that you have to do that. I've never done it. I've never even seen it done, maybe. Or maybe you've seen it done but not really paid attention. It could be that too. Because, like, why would you if it wasn't affecting you in the moment? You're going into a whole new phase. Whatever this is, you are meant to be here. I feel like some of you are doubting that. Kind of like, all right, I'm here, but should I be? You are meant to be here is what I'm getting with the Goddess backing up the World card. Like, this is a new phase for you. New things coming in. There's a lot to learn here. There's a lot to learn. But Leo can make it. If Leo's decided they will, then they will. That's how I see Leo. If Leo decides that they will, then they will. That's just how that goes. The Moon card again, and then the Page of Pentacles. You want it. Whatever this is, you do want it. I feel like this is another factor that maybe I'm missing. Not only do you want it to be optimal. You want it to be great. It can't be just like, okay, that makes the grade. No. I'm getting, you want this, and you want to shine. You want it, and you want, well, of course, you're Leo. What am I thinking? And you will. It may take you a few years to get there, but you will. You're going to have to work on the connection with this. The Trade and Barter card, Six of Pentacles, yeah. It's the balance card. I'm getting trade and barter, trade and barter, trade and barter. I'll give you this, you give me that. I'll give you this, you give me that. I give you this, you give me that. A lot of that going on here. If there's conflict or people telling you you're doing things wrong, this may be ironic. There's a lot of people around you who do care about you, but they have their own ideas about things. All right, so they got the Tower card, half in, half out. Seven of Pentacles, half in, half out. Okay, so there's energy around you that does care about you, that is very conflicted about where you are. They may be less than supportive with your current findings. Like, so if you went from living with your parents, now you have your own house, or like you went from a little low income job to a great job that you want. It just feels like they have this lack of confidence that you'll do it correctly. They seem to feel like you'll keep moving, but I feel like there's a lot of conflict around this. It's almost like they feel like, yeah, you got it, but it's not going to go anywhere. You're not going to be able to really make it work. You got it, but how long can you hold on to it? Maybe there may be people saying that to you, something like that. People are like, it's only a matter of time before you fall flat on your face, Leo. You better get out of there. Ironically, they're saying, try not to listen to this too much. The way they would get into something, the way they would handle something, it wouldn't work for them. They would fail. They are not Leo. You are Leo. Let's remember that. There doesn't need to be any conflict over this, is what I'm also getting. Let them say their piece and just leave them where they are. Because I feel like they're more going to tell you like what's wrong than how to fix things. Be aware of that too. I feel like they're more about telling you what's wrong and why you shouldn't, rather than do this or try that or try this. They're not really helpful. They're more pessimistic than optimistic. We need to kind of just distance ourselves from that. We don't need to make problems. They don't believe, they don't need to believe. Just leave them off to themselves. Just leave them there. We don't need that. What to go towards are the connections that support you and celebrate you. I feel like this might be obvious, but for some reason when this moment comes in and you're looking to figure things out and looking to make things work, even people who don't have as much experience, so if it's a house, for example, maybe you know Bob the Builder. I don't know. Bob the Builder, you can sneeze and make a woodshed. Great. Good for you, Bob the Builder. I don't know why, but we're just going to go there. But then you got Crafter Carol over here. Bob the Builder's like, Leo, you don't belong there. Leo, this is going to go wrong. Leo, that's going to go wrong. Leo, blah, 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 poo, poo, poo. All right, so don't ask Bob the Builder for help. Does Bob the Builder have a lot of great information? Who can, if he's not going to share it with you, it doesn't really matter. That's the bottom line. If he's not really going to share it with you, it doesn't matter what he knows. But Crafty Carol there, because I don't know why, but, Carol the Crafter, we love her. We love her. Because she knows things. She knows more than people give her credit for. She probably knows more than she gives herself credit for. Carol knows things. And if Carol's celebrating you and kind of like, yeah, Leo, that's kind of how I got into this stuff, and I just keep going and I ask questions and I make it work, when you learn things the hard way, you know what you're doing, though, because when you fix it and you learn it the hard way, you don't forget it. Carol the crafter, even though she's a crafter, Carol knows things. Befriend Carol. Have Carol help you. Carol has things up her sleeve that even she doesn't realize she has. I'm just telling you. Go with Crafty Carol. Carol the crafter. I don't know. Go with Carol. We like Carol. This is going to be a slow, arduous, one-step by one-step situation, but prosperity is out there for you. I'm going to dare to give another analogy here, too. So I used Bob the Builder and Crafty Carol, right? So say if this is a work situation, maybe you've got a management position and other people don't think you should have it. And maybe some of the other managers are like, Leo, you don't really belong here. You don't do this right. You don't do that right. Blah, 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 blah. Poo, poo, poo. Mickey or Margie, the manager, doesn't like you. Blah, blah, blah. You shouldn't believe here. You shouldn't be here. Then you got, Arnold, the associate, who maybe is somebody who looks up to you or somebody who you oversee. Can we use that word? Does that work? You'd be surprised what Arnold... If Arnold is helpful and Arnold is celebrating you, let Arnold help you. You'd be surprised how capable and how helpful. And not for nothing, Arnold helps you today, you help Arnold tomorrow. It'll work out. It'll balance. It'll be fine. I think of Leo as having that pride to that person helped me. You don't think about it very often, but if the moment comes and you can help somebody who helped you, I feel like you won't even think about it. Yeah, they helped me. Here, I'll help them. Because they did it for me. Why not? It's not something I feel like Leo ponders, but oh yeah, that one helped me. I can help them? Sure, let's help them. I feel like that's how Leo is with that. You can tell me if I'm wrong, of course. I have to tell you. I have to give you permission. Sure. Go for it's going to seem like the one who can help you the most, it's going to seem like they don't have the know-how or not enough. You give them a chance. Work with them. Work with them. That's the one you want to go with. They're going to give you that prosperity. It's going to be a long road that you're not willing to give up on anyway. So since it's going to be a long road, make sure you have those who support you. Distance from the poo-poo people, Bob the Builder and Margie the manager. They don't like you. They don't need to. Just distance yourself from them. Also, don't share too much with them if you can help it. Just don't share too much with them. If they're not going to support you and they're not going to celebrate you, just stay away from them. Try not to share too much with them if you don't have to. Do yourself that favor. It'll serve you in the long run. Anything else? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.